A Woman of No Importance by Alan Bennett, with Patricia Routledge as Margaret Schofield.
I was all right on the Monday. I was all right on the Tuesday. And I was all right on the Wednesday until lunchtime, at which point all my nice little routine went out of the window. Normally, provided Miss Hayman isn't paying us one of her state visits, come 12:30 and I'm ready to down tools and call it a morning. I put on a lick of paint, slip over and spend a penny in costing. I should technically use the one in records, but I've told them that lavatory seat is a death trap, and I'm not ringing up again. Try a bit of sellotape. What are they paid for? I'll then rout out Miss Brunskill from 4:02, and we'll meander gently over for our midday meal. But you just have to hit it right, because give it another 5 minutes, and believe me, that canteen is dog-eat-dog. However, if you can manage to nip in before the avalanche, you have the pick of the tables, and there's still some semblance of hygiene. Our particular stamping ground is just the other side of the bamboo framework thing they tried to grow ivy up. It's what Miss Brunskill calls our little backwater. We're more or less fixtures there and have been for yonks. In fact, Mr. Skidmore came by with his tray last week, just as we were concluding our coffee, and he said, "Well, girls, fancy seeing you." We laughed, girls. Mr. Skidmore generally gravitates to the table in the far corner, under that silly productivity thermometer type thing. Export or die. It's actually broken, or stuck anyway, but it's where management tend to foregather since we've had this ridiculous all-barriers-down policy. Once upon a time, management had tables roped off. That's gone. Only they still congregate there. Huddling together for warmth, Mr. Rudyard calls it. I said to Mr. Creswell, "You can tell who's an activist." We laughed, because anybody more conformist than Mr. Rudyard you couldn't want, and he has beautiful fingernails. Of course, once the management started frequenting that particular table, sure enough, Miss Hayman and the personnel brigade pitch camp next door, and she'll turn round and chat to Mr. Skidmore over the back of her chair. She never used to have all that hair. Our table, though, we're very much the happy family. There's me, Miss Brunskill, Mr. Creswell and Mr. Rudyard, Pauline Lucas, who's ex-Projects. To tell the truth, she's still Projects, only she's in presentation wearing her Projects hat. Then there's Trish Trotter, when she's not in one of her bit of cheese and an apple phases. Joy Pedley pays us the occasional visit, but by and large, that's the hardcore. Trish Trotter's the only one with the right weight problem, but we're all salad fanatics and keep one another in line. I have to watch my stomach anyway, and salad suits Miss Brunskill because she's a big Christian Scientist. But to add that bit of excitement, I bring along some of my homemade French dressing. Mr. Creswell keeps pestering me to give Mr. Rudyard what he calls the secret formula. He's a keen cook, Mr. Rudyard. Little moustache, back like a ramrod, you'd never guess it. I pretend there's a mystery ingredient and won't let on. We laugh. People are a bit envious of us, I know. I ran into Mr. McCorkadale the other day when we were both queuing in guess. Accounts. And he said, "You do seem to have a good time at your table, Peggy. What do you talk about?" And I didn't know. I mean, what do we talk about? Pauline's mother keeps getting a nasty rash that affects her elbows. We'd been discussing that. Mr. Creswell and Mr. Rudyard were going in for some new curtains for their lounge and were debating about whether to have Thames Green, and I was saying if Thames...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?